Hey everyone, it's Manda, and today I am going to be working with Creative Scrappers Sketch 277. And I start out with this sheet of navy cardstock and the pink Paisley Solstice papers in the 6x6 pad. And I mount my photo on this striped sheet and just give a really thin border around the edge of the photo. I chose that paper because it picks up the colours that are in the photo, and I just also mount that on a navy piece. Now, I have flipped the sketch for this one. Originally, as you saw at the start, the panel was down the right hand side, so I've put it on the left, and I'm putting the photo down a little bit lower than I would on if I was doing it the other way. Sorry, the photo would be up a bit higher. I choose some coordinating papers, and then I decide that I want to mount it on a piece of light blue to give it a frame. I'm taken to putting all my papers, giving all my layouts borders lately. I think it's just a phase I'm going through. But before I do that, I stick it down, I do gut it so I can use some of that paper in the layout just to bring the colour in, because it's a little bit different. The piece of paper I'm sticking down now, it kind of looks grey, but it's actually kind of an aqua stripe, but lighter than the background. So that's why I decided to bring a piece of that in as well. So I am changing it, the sketch a little bit, making that panel a bit wider, adding a few more bits and pieces in there. So once I get all that down, I am pretty much going to start embellishing straight away. Oh yeah, sorry. Yes, my panel was longer than 6x6, but I only had 6x6 paper pad to work with, and that's why I cut it in half and made longer pieces, if that makes sense. Once I said it, it didn't make sense, but you know what I mean. You can see what I'm doing. And another phase I'm going through now is mounting my photos on foam tape. I used to just stick them straight down. I decided I want to use a transparency. I have a lot of the chenille stuff on my desk at the moment, because I just got it and I love it. So you'll see me messing around with that. Also, I was going to use this Adventure wood veneer, which I don't end up using. And I do use it on a layout which I filmed, and you'll see later in the week, and I destroyed it. So I'm a bit crushed about that. Um, anyway, so that is an anchor. Oh, and that's an ant. Sorry. I figured. Okay, so anchors and me, I don't get it. Like I need, and the same with ampersands and things. I need them to be relevant to my page or my title. Like, I can never just stick an ampersand on a page because it doesn't make sense to me. That's just me. Like, I see it on other people's pages and it's fantastic, but when I try to do it, it just doesn't work. So anyway, back to the anchor. I am determined to use this anchor if it kills me. Um, because I think there was 4 or 5 in the pack, and it's beautiful gold kind of foam shapes. But gosh, what am I going to do with 4 anchors? I don't know. Anyway, enough of that. I am going through the Chamille ephemera, the die cut shapes, and I just choose that bit at the top that says wander for a bit because I like it. Because this is a travel page. This photo is about my trip to Singapore, and we took a night river cruise, so I could see the lights of the city, and that's Marina Bay Hotel in the background, and I'm not sure what the other building is, but it was so, it was beautiful. It had rained that afternoon, so we thought it was going to be a bit of a washout, but it turned out to be a lovely night, and yeah, really enjoyed it. So anyway, I also decided to, oh yeah, the transparency. So I was going to use that transparency down the side there. I think it's a Becky Higgins one, but then I decided it kind of looks, it's kind of stuck there, sticking out. So I decided to take a bigger one from Studio Calico, and I'm going to tuck that under one side. And the plan was to have one on that side, and then kind of so it looked like it was going underneath that paper stack. But I cut the other side too short, so I don't even know how I did that. Um, then I get the other idea that I am going to tuck it in tighter rather than sticking out the side there. So I trim it down a bit. I'm kind of messing around with it a lot at this point. I end up just cutting tiny little squares and tucking under there. And I think also it's up not flush, it's just up a little bit higher. And it just adds, I know, just another layer to that paper stack there. It wasn't in my original plan, but I really like the way it turned out. So once all that's in place, it's time to get down to the serious embellishing. And I'm going to, oh yeah, that die cut, I wanted to move it down further, but I ended up committing to it and putting it up there. So that's there. The adventure wood veneer gets scrapped at this point because it's just not working out. And then I go back in with the Pink Paisley Solstice shapes. So I love these so much. They're so shiny. And now I am 100% committed to this anchor. And there it is. It's down, people. I didn't think I would use any of them. So I specifically went looking for this photo of the boat. Just going through the Chamille stickers there. And I've just got a few different things laying around on my desk at the moment, so I'm just picking through them. I decided to go with these gold labels. They're from Studio Calico, and I haven't subscribed to Studio Calico kits in, I guess, a year. So they're from way back. And I just layer on one of those Chamille stickers. But then I decide that the ones I'm using, the other ones I want to tuck in look too white. So I just spray them with some Heidi Mist Colour Shine and some Seafoam Mr. Huey. The Heidi Swap Colour Shine, I believe, is coral. And then I'm just going to tuck them round underneath. And I had to cut an extra little piece of that triangle paper because the Wonderful covered up the end of it and it didn't look quite right. So I just brought it down a little bit more. And I'm just using foam dots to adhere that so it's up level with the photograph and the anchor. Oh yeah, I destroyed a piece of one of those labels. So yeah, gosh. Oh yeah, sorry. I'm all over the place today. I'm so sorry, guys. It's evening and I've just had dinner and I don't know, maybe I'm a bit relaxed and can't think straight. I wanted to put something down in the bottom corner, obviously, to balance it all out. I still haven't decided on my title at this point, but I do know it's going to go up above the photo. So I had this flare, and it's from My Mind's Eye. And it's really annoying. They're like badges. Like they've got the pin on the back, and I don't even know why. And I did not even realize this until I saw Kitty Scrapper, Nancy, use one. I'm like, what is that about? So I ended up cutting off the pin, but it's still a bit wobbly. But I fixed that in the end. I decided to use this other transparency from the Chamille collection and I just want to layer a little bit down the bottom there. So I cut a pennant from some of the triangle paper and also some of the navy blue anchor paper. Even with the anchor paper, all the anchors are covered up. And just, I liked the contrast there of the colours. So really, they very, very rarely make it onto my layouts, the good old anchors. Don't even get me started on the deer heads. You know how I feel about that. So once that's down, I'm going to cut out the transparency. I'm going to fussy cut it. But first, I'm going to add that last Studio Calico label there. Okay, so I don't know why I keep buying overlays. I hardly ever use them. I did use, I think I used one today on a photo, but usually I use them for layering. So I really liked that this one had a globe on it, and that's why I fussy cut it. And then I'm just going to stick that flare with it. Now, I'm so cross about the back of this flare that I actually, see there, it doesn't have anything on it. That's because I disappeared for about 10 minutes, and you can see on the right-hand side there, I've got the pliers out. Like, I've literally ripped the back out of it because I was so, I don't know, put out by the back on that flare. Like, it says flare on the pack. They're not badges. I don't know what's going on there. Anyway, a few more of the Pink Paisley gold foam pieces. And then I'm ready to put my title in. Now, I hadn't decided on a title, and it starts out as City, I don't know, I think it was going to be City Lights or something. But it didn't make any sense because No, we're on the water and it's not very city, and I don't know. So I decided to undo that, and I decided to go with the word night. Now I'm going to cut out in a minute because I didn't have much time left um, on my camera. I think I used all the memory on it. So I end up putting night, but I move it across, which you'll see. And then I'm going to use more little of the Shamil labels. Um, on the other side, they have an alphabet, which is really awesome. So they've got the word labels on one side and the little alphabet. So I'm going to use the little alphabet and put on the river. So it's night on the river. And yeah, so that's pretty much my layout. And I am going to finish up today with some stills. If you would like to play along with the Creative Scrappers Sketch 277, head on over to their blog for all the details, and there is a fantastic prize to win. Thank you so much for watching, and I will be back again soon. Bye!